Welcome, folks, to our lesson on matrices form 3. This is just to try and harmonize the lesson 1, 2, 3. So this is SPSS, Student Problem Solving Session. Is a session where I try to harmonize the skills in the previous lessons through problem solving. So we have seen how you can multiply matrix by a scalar, which is not so difficult, but I want to enhance your multiplication skills by matrix. So what do I mean here? Matrix times another matrix. So I have matrix 1, I'm multiplying by matrix 2. What is the order? 2 by 2, 2 rows, 2 columns. And then the other matrix is 2 rows but 1 column. I've written them here, 2 by 2 and then 2 by 1. So if the inner figures are the same, then those two matrices are compatible. They can be multiplied. If the inner figures are not the same, you can't. Then remember, order of a matrix or size of a matrix is defined by row times column and not column by row. That has to be clear. So that is what I've done here. Now, what we are doing is this. If you remember that example of mangoes and prices, this is the first row and this is the first column. Okay? So the elements inside must be the same. This is the first column, first row. So how many elements are here? 2. How many elements are here? 2. So they can pair up in multiplication. So you can see now, this is 3. This is 3, this is 2. Okay? So this is 3, this is 2. 3 goes with 5, 2 goes with 1. 3 goes with 5, 2 goes with 1. And then you add them. Okay? A pen has a sharp and a tail. Okay? So there is a horizontal pen. Again, don't put it the other way. You must see they have drawn. Okay? They have drawn the arrows. So the arrow here, that is R1. And then this is C1. So tail and tail, head multiplies head. It remains like that. So tail will multiply tail. This is the head multiplies the head. You can see. Tail, tail. 3 by 5 here. Add. Because when you have matched them, you have not completed the process. Okay? So we add head and head. So always tail times tail plus head times head. So 3 by 5 and then 2 by 1 here. Now that is the first row and the answers must be in the first row. Then you come to row number 2. Row number 2, head is 0, tail is -1. I also apply it to this. I don't have any other column. Okay? But if I had many columns, I would have used the first row. You handle it with all the columns separately. Okay? We shall see in the subsequent example. So here you have now row number 2 because you finished with the columns. Now row number 2, the head is 0 and the tail is -1. Okay, you go to the column that exists. It is only one column, so you match up tail, tail, and then head times head. So -1 will multiply 5, and then 0 will multiply 1. You can see I'm using different colors to help you get the idea of tail times tail, head times head, and then you get final answer. Okay, let us go to number 2. I had 2 rows, 1 column, but here I have 2 rows and also 2 columns. Okay, so how do we go about it? Same thing. This is R1. I do first with C1. Okay, that one is simple because I've extracted from up. So tail, tail is here, head by head is here. We add. Now you realize this time round, unlike the first example, there is still another column. So you use a row multiplied by the columns that exist. Now I will use the same row but multiply by the second column. So tail 3 multiply by tail, those who are lost, C2. See, it is here. Why? So long as I use a row, the result will remain in a row. So now I'm doing row 1 times C2. Row 1 times C2. Okay? Row 1 times C2. This was row 1 times C1. This is row 1 times C2. That is what I'm doing now. See, row 1. The answers are always in row 1. So, tail 3 times 4, and then head 2 times 3. There. Okay? Once I've finished using row 1 and the possible columns that are there, that is only when I can go to row 2. Now I have here row 2. So we have here, this is my row 2. What is the head of row 2? 0. What is the tail of row 2? -1. Okay? Then you match it. The arrow and arrow. The tail and tail. The results will always be in row 2. So what am I trying to achieve here? I'm achieving row 2 times C1 and then row 2 times C2. So -1 times 5, tail, tail, then head, head. Okay, head, head. I'm here now. -1 times 4. No, we are starting with C1. So -1 by, this is R2 by C1. R2, row 2, and C1. So -1 by 5 here, and then head, head, 0 by 1. Then I come, there is another column. So here, -1 by 4 here, and then 0 by 3 here. Okay, that is the process. Then you can now compute. This is 15 plus 2, 17. This is 12 plus 6, 18. This is -5 plus 0, -5. And this is -4 plus 0, -4. -4. There. -1 by 4 is -4. This is 0. Okay. Now I want to focus to example 3. But before I go there, I can confirm something small. This is a 2 by 2 matrix, and this is also 2 by 2. So the inner, once they are the same, they are compatible. It does not mean always is 2, it can be 3. What you should know is the idea of compatibility. Its shortcut, the inner must be the same. Otherwise, the number of elements in R1 must be equal to the number of elements in C1. Then everything will be done. This is just a shortcut. So camera will focus to example 3, and then we'll focus again. Okay, I want us to focus there, and there's the focus is there. So I'm told to multiply, for example, matrix 1 times another matrix 2. Okay, I want to counter check quickly if it is compatible. So what do? Matrix 1 is 2 by 2. It is 2 rows, row 1, row 2. That's 2. And then column 1, column 2. These 2. Then I have this rows 1, 2. Columns 1, 2, 3. Then inner numbers. Once they are the same, it means this can be multiplied. So this time I want to do it in another style, just to open up your mind if you are missing example 1 and 2. So I'll take this, see, to concretize what I talk about. This is row 1, and then this is column 1. There will be another column 2. There will be another column 3. Okay? So what do? I take row 1 multiplied by column 1. So tail 3, tail 5. So 3 by 5. And then head 2, head 1. So 3 by 5 and then 2 by 1. Okay? This is row 1. The results must be in row 1. But I have not finished the column. So I do it again using now column 2. So if you are following my teaching, this is R1 times R1 times C1. Then we shall have R1 times C2. Then we shall have still R1 times C3. If you are following, that is what I want you to get. So now here, this is where we are. C2. So tail 3 by 4 here. Head 2 by 3 here. So head, and then plus tail. Okay? Now I go to another one here. This is C3. So this arrow, it must match. So tail 3 by 0 here. And then head 2 by 2 here. Okay? That's what I've done. Once you use R1, you must finish all the columns, and the results will remain in R1 in column. So you use a row multiplied by the individual columns which are there. It is tail times tail plus head times head. What do I mean? This is the tail of this arrow, tail and tail. Then this is head and head, tail and tail, head and head. tail and tail plus head times head. You get the result. Now, you see, I didn't write -1, 0. So I've already done that. I can come now to row 2 so that you get the concept. You see, there is nothing here now. Okay? There. So I come here. Now this is row 2. Because these ones, I've done them up. Get it right? Right. So we have here, again, C1. So we are doing R2 times, I use black so that the colors can make sense. R2 times C1. So this is the tail, -1/5 here. And then head 0/1 here. After finishing that, I still have 2 more columns. So I go to column 2. Now what will I be doing? I'll be doing R2 times C2. Where C2 is this? C2. So what do I do? Tail -1/4. It is here, -1/4. Plus head 0/3. It is here. Okay? I've done that. Now I finish with C3. Tail -1 by tail 0, -1/0. Head 0 by head 2. So head, tail times tail plus head times head. This is what I have. Now this was row 1. This is row 2. Row 2 times column 3. So you come here and put the results now. Okay, you can counter check. 15 and 2, 17. 12 and 6, 18. 0 and 4, 4. Then come to row 2. Row 2 is here. Okay? -5 plus 0, -5. -4 plus 0, -4. -0 and 0 is 0. So this is our answer. This was our answer. So I want us to focus down. I could not get the focus right. Can get it there. See? This is row 2. So row 2, I have put the arrow. Please don't swap the arrow. Don't do this. You just think. This is a formula. This is a way of getting things. So don't do this. Okay? Yeah. We don't read that way. We read -1, 0. If you are to get elements of row 2, you will tell me, you see, what are the elements of row 2? Row 2 is -1, 0 in row 4. So that's why the arrow has to be that way. Okay? A column form, it is up, down. A column is up, down. That is pertaining to matrices. Up, down. Okay? So, row 2 times C1. -1/5 here, 0/1. So, tail times tail. Head times head. Tail times tail. Head times head. Tail times tail. Then head by head. You compute them and you get the results. Okay? So that gives us something. Always, it is tail times tail, and then we are saying plus head times head. This is what you need to know. This is what is going to help you. Okay? Now, that is our conclusion. Subscribe so that you get more.